Hello, you delightful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Zim, the sableroo, and today we are doing some Factorio. So let's get this going. We need to set up some defenses ASAP because, well, it's only a matter of time before these biter nests start attacking. And we need to be ready. We've got multiple avenues to approach us from. And yeah, I need to make sure I've got defenses and all that good stuff ready to go and protect us from it. Wait, my inventory's full?
Hello there, Spooky.
Hello?
So it is.
Would you like some chips, pop, or an ice cream bar?
What? Some lovely vanilla ice cream, please.
Oh, right. Vanilla ice cream for you. I just got another box today. Well, yesterday.
Would people actually call an ambulance if I don't react?
Well, consider how perky and bubbly you are every 5 minutes. I mean, we'd kind of worry, yeah.
Well, let's just
Especially
say yesterday I was completely out. As in, I took a quote-unquote nap. That nap ended up being asleep until I woke up 5 a.m.
Sounds like me.
Probably heat related.
No, work-related.
Yeah, but you're working in a office or something, and it does get warm, and especially in these heat summers. No need to fear about it. I mean, if you crash that long, it's because your body said, we are going to have an EP now. Don't bother me.
Yeah.
You know, don't fight it with a couple of Red Bulls and a pack of cigarettes, sort of thing. I mean,
I didn't fight it. I just, like... One, I forgot to charge my phone. Two, I was in my bed. It's like, I'm just gonna take a nap and I'm just gonna wake up later on. Nope, I was out. I was completely out.
Yep.
Friend Dottie, I
And
see you
people have been
stopped
doing-
responding.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's like, I know it's bad when I don't need my AC on to fall asleep.
Yeah, then your body was basically saying, it's like, we're gonna sleep now.
Yep, yep. Because I went to bed at, well, I went to take a nap, quote unquote, at 6 p.m. Yeah, I was completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like me. I was gone from 8 till 2. 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. I was just dead to the world.
Oh, for me it was just like 6 to 5 a.m.
Nice 11 hours sleep.
Yep. The problem is, when I sleep too long, my body feels icky.
That's fine. You just fix that with the shower.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been having those kind of sleeps because it's just the body's sick and tired of the heat, and it's going, you're paying the bill now.
And speaking of that,
To us older folks, old.
I do think I should go to sleep. That wall's hitting me now.
Oh, well, we just started.
Yeah. I know.
It's alright. Get some rest.
EP happens.
Yeah. When you feel that, like, sensation of that sleepiness just hit you all at once,
Yes.
that's happening to me right now.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
That's your body saying, it's like, you've got another bill to pay.
Alright, have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Zim will tuck you in.
In his pocket.
He is such an adorable little marshmallow.
Yes, yes, he is.
I
He's
am
my
so
very good
glad
boy.
he found you. And you could hear the happiness in your voice about it too.
Like I said, he's a good boy.
Yeah, but he could have very easily fallen in with, you know, much worse Toms to
True.
be.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, the fandom's kind of stuffed full of them.
yeah, I've seen some really bad ones.
But yes, you're my bottom. Now that means all your money is mine, all your property is mine. You do whatever I say. You don't do anything unless I tell you to. You cut off your outside friends, and it's like, ah, I see slavery has entered the chat.
Yeah. I've had to rescue a few pets from that kind of stuff before. I know years ago when I was relatively fresh to the fandom. Well, okay, not that fresh, but still relatively fresh to the fandom. I had posted on Facebook at one point of basically a post like I was happy about with my pets, they're good boys, you know, etc., etc. And somebody saw that and they're like, "What? That's not how a master can be towards their pet." Yes it is. And came to find out that that poor guy was being just completely used. Like,
Yep.
they... At one point, they left him in their house with nothing but rotting food in there and expected him to clean it up while they went on vacation. And that place was an absolute mess. An absolute pigsty. And they never gave him anything in return. It's like, no, the master-pet relationship is one of both give and take. Like, yes, Rex prepares a lot of food for me. But I still do things for him every now and then. You know, balance. Evenness. I was so disgusted with the treatment that the poor guy had. I wound up going up there and just taking him right then and there. He had no idea that because he liked the idea of being owned, but he didn't realize that ownership did not have to be like that.
Yeah, it's ownership, not slavery.
Yeah.
This is 2020, not 1820.
Even then, it wasn't acceptable.
Depending where you were in the States, it was brutally acceptable.
I'm saying, we don't live in caveman era anymore.
Yeah, but unfortunately we have enough ding-dongs that seem to think, you know, oh, we should go back to great American values of the 1960s. What great values did we have in the 60s? Can you name 3? Can you use them in a sentence? Like, I just can't figure out what this senator was trying to get at. It's like, we need to go back to, you know, the good family values of the 60s. So, of course, he gets pressed on, well, what values of the 60s are you talking about? You can almost see him mentally running away. It's like, someone has dared question me. Abort, retry, fail. Ah. Ooh, party time. Party time.
Hey there, Foxfrew. But yeah, that that pet's not with me anymore. But he's definitely doing better for himself nowadays.
You've done your kindness, and you've helped him on, and that's all we can do.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I do my mental stuff on Discord and whatnot. It's like the least I can do. I'm not trained in it, and if it's something that bad, I try and push him towards, actual services or someone like Rygon. But I mean, Craig's poor Rygon's probably got a client list about the size of Gibraltar.
Yeah, he's definitely got a lot of people he helps.
It's like, I know stuff, and I know enough to go, I don't know this stuff. Let's get a professional. Yeah, it's surprisingly quiet tonight, too. I think there's some big old storms coming.
My weather report says I'm gonna have thunderstorms later this week. I'm just like, oh, please let there be thunderstorms.
Mine keeps claiming, precipitation coming, and the precipitation evaporates, and I'm like, can you just stop teasing me? Like, don't threaten me with a good time, and then just keep yanking it away. It's like, oh, it's an hour away. Oh, no, now it's no precipitation for at least 2 hours. Like, where did this big, massive storm go to? Did you eat it? Oh, now I see where... Wow. Okay, yeah,
I've
it's
been
gone
alright.
up north and... Wow.
I've been alright, Foxfrew. How about you? Alright, iron ore delivery is set up.
Yeah, looks like all the storm decided to scooch up north and become just a blob. But the heat index is enough that they say there's lots of pocket thunderstorms and storm squall risk and, plague and aliens and all that fun stuff,
Yeah.
Basically, keep an eye to the sky, ear to the radio, have a nice day. But at least the night temperatures are nice for the next couple of nights. Like 16, 16, 17, 17. It's like, yeah, daddy like.
I'm sure Daddy does like.
Oh, yes. I suck in about 6 to 8 hours of that temperature, seal up the house at 5 in the morning, and then it's like, ah. And you can sleep in a room with no air conditioning until like 2 or 3 in the afternoon and still feel comfortably because you've sealed the house up. All the windows are blocked with reflective foil, minimal electronics. Everyone else is either, at work or asleep, so heat load is nothing. I usually find the worst heat load is from 4 till 9 at night. And it's the same routine. You open up all the windows and vent.
I'm sorry to hear that, Foxfrew.
Uh-oh. Do you need to come and talk, Foxfrew, or get a hug, or have some snacks, or...
Oh god, yeah, we are suffering on iron.
Like my 7 days to die game, it's like, I can't make steel yet, and the zombies are coming.
Yes.
Let me the one thing I don't like about Factorio, which is unfortunate. It's just I just don't enjoy the limited resources.
I personally like it. It's just a matter of sometimes being a bit of a pain getting things set up for, you know, a new site. But I do actually enjoy the getting things set up and whatnot.
I mean, I have the same issue in Minecraft. Like, it's fine early game, I guess, but I I don't enjoy mining.
Well, RimWorld's a different kind of beast on that front for me. With RimWorld, it's like you run out of resources and you don't have anywhere else you can really go to get more outside of trading. For this, like, if I didn't have a means of getting more resources somewhere, then yeah, I'd be right there with you. However, you are able to just go out and find more resource spots.
This is why I go, I'll just play Skyblocks, or if I play multiplayer, I'll be the farmer. Just the stay at home. Let me worry about feeding you. You can go out and do the adventuring and the mining. That is my
Yeah.
place.
But when you're playing solo, it's like, well, now you got to do all the things. Oh, that doesn't sound very good at all, Foxfruit. My apologies.
Like, I don't mind how Create does it as a mod. Where it's like, you create a cobble generator and you grind the cobble. And you slowly get little bits of resources here and there. I mean, even in vanilla Minecraft, there's a way to technically automate getting iron using a golem killer.
Yeah.
And then you do one in the nether for gold with pigmen.
Oh, cool. I had just enough electric poles for this.
Nice.
Now, how's your defenses?
Non-existent.
Oh, goody gumdrops. So we're just waiting for the nom 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 sound to be in.
Yes. Unfortunately.
Well, Fox, I do free crisis stuff on Discord chat, and Zim, you obviously know, so you've probably got some trust with him, so, I mean, if you need to talk, or even just be here and feel safer, do so. And trust me, you're not alone feeling that way. There's a whole lot of furs, especially stateside, feeling the same thing.
A lot of people go through a lot of problems. Big time.
Yep. That's even before the fun of politics. Yay. It happens, Fox. It sadly happens. People start believing a rumor, or, you know, the the lie sounds, more interesting than the truth. And next thing you know, it's like you're on the outs. Take it from a con runner of a couple decades. I know. Oh boy.
God, that term has a different meaning from some other angles.
Which?
Con runner.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, back in the day, literally, someone like Kagi would be running from crisis to crisis with his legion of protectors, swarming around him as he, went from one disaster to another. And for me,
Wait,
because I'm security.
Yeah. Like, I know you meant it as in like convention runs, but my brain's initial reaction was like con artist. I'm like, wait, hold on a minute.
That's yeah, understandable. Well, we're here, Fox. If you trust any of us, or need some place to just feel safe, it's a nice quiet night here, and there's a few of us here. I mean, I'm glad I did all the con running in my younger days and made all those connections, but now you go, it's like, well, younger folks have to take the job because, once you're at this age, it's like, well, you just don't have that bounce anymore.
I wish I was
You
more
don't
socially
pull
active.
60 hours. Oh, I forced myself into it at the start, and then basically that was just my way to grow out of my shell. Well, at times. I'd still fall back into it and hide for days at a time, but you learn.
Nearly time to do one of the best world bosses in Guild Wars.
Which one do you consider that?
Sunless.
Which one?
The Tequatl, the Sunless.
Oh, Tecatl, yes. I enjoy doing Tecatl a lot.
Yeah, Tequatl is one of the more fun ones. And then I get to do the dreaded triple worm.
We'll stay here for a bit, Fox. Relax a bit, feel better, and then, talk when you wish.
Bye, train! Yeah, I am not a professional, but I do have my DMs open to do what I can to help.
Oh. Zim Stream Raiders is ready.
No, it's not.
Is my Stream Raiders being stupid? Mine is being stupid. God damn it, I wish it would stop doing that.
Ah, look at that beautiful automation.
Yeah, look at that lack of any defenses. Ah, look at those hungry bugs.
Oh, for the love of... I will get to it.
I was gonna say, I thought you were actually being invaded then.
What?
Like, I thought that was a scream of, oh god, I'm under attack.
Well, I've done this before in many of my games. Like, no, I'll get to it. Next thing you know, the AI goes, no, you're going to deal with it now. You're like, Brad.
Unfortunately, I have to get this automation set up now, otherwise I can't do it.
Yeah.
I am out of iron, or close enough, so I have to do it. Otherwise, well, no defenses, period.
Roll the dice with the AI. It's always fun.
The AI is still far enough away that, like, I am checking frequently. There are a lot of nests out there, but I will see them coming long before they get close enough to attack, and I will be able to defend myself.
Well, we're here, Fox, if we can help. This is safe. You're all good here. Yeah, 3 a.m. here too. So you're in the same time zone at least.
Whereas for me, it's like 8 a.m. now.
Obviously in UK-ish time zones.
Yep, exactly. I slept from 8 till 2. Woke up, played Guild Wars. That's been my day.
Now that the day star is burning outside, you can feel the heat. You go, it's like, I'm gonna go back to sleep in my cold room soon.
My room is not cold. I have a computer going.
Same, but
I wish
You
it
know,
was cold.
cold.
I have a air conditioning unit, but I don't have it set up because I don't have room for it anymore.
Ouch.
Yeah, I live in quite a small room, and I have my room redesigned with like all these fancy shelves. But unfortunately, that means I don't have any empty space, which means the standalone unit doesn't have anywhere to stand.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I think my room's a 15 by 10, and that's it. I've got a little floor fan that occasionally I can put in the window if need be, but otherwise, my biggest thing to keep this room cool is keep the electronics down to minimal and make sure the windows are blocked with the resisto foam.
I have a tiny USB fan, which I've got going. I have a bigger fan that's currently pointed at my computer, because if the computer gets too warm, I turn that on.
Oh, I'm lucky. I got a large computer case with minimal stuff inside it, so it runs cool just fine. Knock on wood.
My graphics card pumps out a ton of heat, and I'm not entirely sure why it pumps out so much heat. Saying that, I also have the side panel off of my computer because I did a dum-dum and bought a case that didn't have enough intake. So if I have my computer closed up, it quite literally oxygen starves itself.
I did research and I got a Leanne Lee 216. This thing is a monster for air circulation. I'm very happy with it.
Yeah.
Well,
When I
as
get my-
far as joining voice goes, Foxfrew, I would have to say that you can't, talk about what's going on voice. You know, out of respect for those that are here trying to have themselves a relaxed time, you know.
Also, this is going on YouTube, and I doubt you'd want to have all of that kind
That
of
too.
information stored on the internet forever.
It's also just a bad idea, yeah, to talk about it on, stream.
We have DMs open.
Yep.
It is time. The sunless scourge has arrived.
Oh, the glorious, glorious iron ore. How I have
Well, like
missed thee.
All I can think is like you've got a issue with, and now you're gonna soon have it with copper the second you automate ammo production.
Oh, I am not gonna have this problem with ammo or with copper for a very long time. Look how much copper I've got, like, seriously.
Well,
Pew 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 pew.
Yeah. Oh, but I am running low on coal, which is a problem. Though I do have a coal field right here, so it's also not that big of a problem.
I'm at the point where in the game I'm part of, we have two major bottlenecks for copper. One of which has mostly now been solved that we've upgraded to flamethrowers. The other one is green circuits. And that one's not as easily solved.
Well, if we can help Fox, we're here.
Spiritual hugs.
Yes. Support, hugs, and kindness. This is a comfortable space.
Yeah, you can absolutely come hang out and just talk about other stuff.
Oh. I just got the achievement for reviving 1,000 people.
Nice.
That's a lot of resin.
Hey, Karma. Not exactly a train game, but it is a game that has trains.
Hey, Karma.
Alright.
Have a cola.
Let's go get some walls being produced.
Damn it, I wish this cough would go away.
Dry cough. Probably not drinking enough because I've been getting it too the past couple days.
No, this has been a more prolonged, persistent cough. Honey has actually been helping me get rid of it recently.
Ooh. Dust issue, allergies, pollen.
No idea.
There
Should
you go,
probably have
Fox
gone to
Through.
the
Please be
doctor.
aware, please be familiar with the voice chat rules. But otherwise, you have the ability to speak.
Hello there, Fox. Welcome in. Have a cola from a talking rug.
If you're chilled in glass with a straw.
Yes, plastic straws too, so they're reusable.
How about a metal straw?
Downstairs in the kitchen, but yes, we have them.
I assume the rules for the VC are the same as like for text chat because there doesn't seem to be a
Voice chat rules is 2 channels above this one.
2 channels above this one. Oh.
Welcome in. Have a cola. Sit in front of the cold fan if it helps. Have a polar bear plushie to squish. World's best pizza toppings ranked. Does it need a rank? Cheese and pepperoni are going to be 1 and 2, I think. Oh, it's just another one of these YouTube, recommended for you. It's like, oh, top 10 pizza toppings ranked. Like,
Does the sauce count as a topping?
no, because most pizzas are you get dough in the sauce. Although why cheese isn't considered also basic, there are some places that just serve you dough with sauce. How that's a pizza, I don't know.
Okay, just a request. Just for right now, I would like to not be targeted with the TF stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
I am 100% open to being hit with that stuff when I'm ever on voice with y'all. It's just not right now.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, that's fine.
I said we're all friends here. We're all hurting or something in some way, so we all know the pain.
Who are you people?
I'm the landlord.
Oh God.
I feel like that would be utterly terrifying if Zim's landlord suddenly appeared in chat.
Yes, yes, it would.
God, I remember my earliest days. I was paying rent by the week. Oh, man. $70 a week.
I haven't seen the full image on my avatar for a while. Seeing it on stream is a little entertaining.
Well, welcome in.
Yes, welcome.
There's a small part of me that wants to use this opportunity to beg for shit, but like, no, just no.
Beg for what exactly?
Honestly, my brain is just saying beg for something.
Well, kindness is always
see.
free. You give that to everybody.
All my brain can think of is a silly little gif of a drag queen in a challenge just screaming, please somebody F me.
I legitimately do not know what it wants me to beg for. So it's a little
Happiness.
concerning.
Sounds like your brain's racing at 1,000 miles a minute, but doesn't know exactly what to do. Which, I've been there more than once.
ADHD brain?
Yeah, or worrying about too many things at once, and the brain just goes, cannot divide by 0.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Yeah,
have
that-
cookies.
Alright. Walls are being produced. Now I need... I didn't mean to make that many, but that'll work.
Do I have any weird background noise when I talk, by the way?
No.
Okay.
No, oh, I'm here.
It's just I have a fan going to try and keep me cool and calm, I guess.
Same.
Funny enough, Discord's voice filter is pretty good at cutting that stuff out.
Plus, most of us have small fans. We don't have these, giant floor jobs that make just this noise. So
Me, who has both a Betty and a Bertha.
Yeah, it's like this small fan that can fit on like the spool for I think what once was a few hundred feet of cable.
oh, one of those tables, yeah. God, I remember doing
It's not
D&D
really a
on a
table.
table like
It
that.
wasn't made into a table. It's just I'm using it as a table because it can stand up on one side.
Yep. I had a friend that was some of his starting furniture. Milk crates for chairs, the couple of construction spools for tables. I mean, heck, most of my starting furniture was Salvation Army, so you know, you take what you get.
Oh wait, no, I do know what it wants me to beg for, and it's really fucking stupid. Because I can just apply for it.
Okay.
Curiosity bites the cat.
D&D stuff.
We don't do D&D. Hello, Wolfman.
TTRPG. TTRPG. Stuff. I use D&D in place of TTRPG.
Yep,
Pretty
that is
understandable.
something that you would need to apply for, and then we do an audition live on stream.
Exactly.
I don't know if you closed it, but there is still the current application open for one of Zim's games.
I don't even know how to do that stuff.
Joke.
Like, where to find it.
Creator news.
Oh. Let me look at it, see if it is closed.
It is not.
Okay. Wow! Immediately I get hit with the describe yourself and describe.
What?
I have a lot of trouble describing both what I want and myself.
Well, unfortunately, while I try to be inclusive here, we are trying to put on a show, and so we do have to be a bit more picky about who we can let join.
Yeah.
That said, it's entirely based on merits and how you play.
Oh, I do play very well. I generally, when I get into it, like, it takes me a little bit to get into the zone, but when I do, Jesus fucking Christ. I have been told I am, like, terrifying.
What's your favorite tabletop?
What do you mean?
What's your favorite tabletop game? Because you mentioned Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons?
Any edition?
5th or 3.5, which is what I started on.
Nice, nice.
Have you had much experience outside of Wizards of the Coast?
I have played Pathfinder a few times.
Oh, there we go. Have you been able to play any of the Furry tabletop RPGs?
The what?
Furry tabletop Dungeons and Dragons type games like Iron Claw or Justifiers.
I have not.
Or
But
Scar.
I do typically play non-humans. I do typically play non-humans when I play D&D.
Yeah, can't blame me
Oh.
on that.
There's one I do. There is also a offshoot that was fan made that I really like. Mass Effect 5e, which is just D&D 5e but Mass Effect.
Also, Starfinder, basically. Cool.
I've just had flashbacks to when I was working on a project like that. They're converting the entire of Warframe into a tabletop. I gave up on it so hard.
So
I
much
fell
work.
out with the game, so
I scroll down a little bit and I see a price tag. Oh shoot! I can't pay that right now. I guess I'm not filling this out.
Price tag.
wait, what?
The $35 for the talkie icon.
Yeah. As far as that goes, sometimes we've got others that can help with it.
I can't pay it right now, but I can pay it in, let's see, 8 days?
I mean, you won't
End
be
of the
joining
month,
the
too.
game that soon anyway, so...
Actually, yeah, I imagine that would be like on condition that you get past the interview and become the player.
Yeah.
He's got artists on standby that are willing to do the icons, as you can see, as some of us.
Well, yes, but they need to be paid.
Yeah, but as I said, you've got the artists.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, oh, give me the money, and then I try and find an artist to do an icon for you. Like,
I mean,
No, that doesn't
Whiskers
fair.
does do an amazing job and bashes them out.
These
You
would
wonder-
actually be done by Mirai.
Oh.
and welcome to the channel, by the way, Fox.
Yeah.
Have a cola. And late night snacks.
I do wish I had cola right now.
Oh, I can share a bottle. I've got 14 left. Oh, sorry, 16.
Alright, so we have automated wall production. Though our concrete production is not keeping up.
Yeah, but you can't have too much cola in this summer heat because your stomach will let you know hard. Like, I'm drinking battery acid. Yay! Mr. Stomach will now make a noise.
Yeah,
Oh,
I just don't feel comfortable filling it out while I know I can't pay immediately, so...
Even like we said, you still have to get past the initial.
I know. It's just...
It's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing my brain's hitching on and won't let go.
All right,
Oh, no worries.
we just have limited openings, so
Shit.
yeah, that's kind of the thing. Is we don't open very often for new people to come in and play, so like if you can pay in 8 days, that is plenty enough time.
And just look at it this way: if you don't, then you haven't spent anything, and if you do, you've already got the slot.
Okay, I'll do it. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, this has been a decently rainy summer here, Karma, which has been thankful. Unfortunately, of course, the crop growing parts of Canada are getting absolutely burned, but global warming is a thing.
I myself love the rain. Oh crap, this is gonna be a problem.
I used to love the rain. Now the rain just puts me right into a sleep coma.
Okay, I would like to know, is this a good microphone?
It's passable. It would get the job done.
Problem is, I don't really know what a good microphone is.
I mean, I can absolutely tell you, you know, several different microphones that you could use.
I also am not at a desk. This is a laptop.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
So, like, if it's one of those stand microphones, it's not going to work very well.
Like, I'm not using a stand
I'm being
microphone.
overly negative. I'm sorry.
No worries.
This is the thing I do. I point out all the problems. It gets annoying fast. I found that out. Okay.
Oh, joy. So, I can get upgraded walls that have 800 health each, but the only gates I could have are 350 health.
What?
Well, you know where you put your turrets then.
Do they just target the area with the lowest health?
I have no idea. But we have our first walls up, so hooray! Granted, that does not help me with the problem of needing more pew pew, yes, because sure they can't sure they're not gonna be immediately attacking all of my machines and whatnot, but that's not gonna do me much good if they can just sit there pounding on the walls until they finally break through.
Nibble, nibble, nibble. So nice watching these speculators on Bloomberg frantically trying to sell their pre-release cards before the market implodes. It makes me happy.
Yep. Before I even start describing myself as a player, I'm just going to ask, what do you look for in a player?
Creativity. Entertaining dialogue, good roleplay. Even though it's kind of cheating for me to tell you this, considering, you know, that just means that you know exactly what to put in the document.
You've said stuff I would already put.
Or have I?
I imagine that's the stuff you don't look for in a player. In fact, it's the stuff you don't want. But, like, seriously, I am creative when it comes to it. I do try to be entertaining. The only problem I have is until I get a good flow going, I'm not very talky. Which I can see is a big issue.
Although wouldn't be the first players in his head in one of his games that doesn't talk much.
Really?
We tend to avoid ones like that. Just because, as I've said, we are putting on a show here, and well, somebody that doesn't talk is not good for a show.
I am aware.
Yeah, you don't need to be a chatterbox, but definitely, be there.
It's not like I don't talk and say like 2 or 3 words whenever I'm spoken to. It's more like I'm slow to come up with an idea of what to say. For a little bit, and then I get into the zone, and then I'm just like shooting out responses like that. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, I do not know how these glasses constantly get greasy. I think it's magic. Hey, burrito. Noodle, noodle. Oh, noodle.
Quick, there's been an accident in Lego City.
Okay, so we are finding a shortage of stone here. But there's a huge supply of stone over here, just a matter of getting it down here.
We've run low on rock. We are mining the planet dry of rock. Then again, we are running low on sand in our world, so...
Never
This is always-
understand that in Factorio why you can't just dig the literal ground.
Well, it's the same with us right now. We're running low on sand here on Earth.
Looks at the beach.
Ah, incorrect sand. We need sand, not sand.
We need
You want-
silica sand.
I was gonna say silica quartz, like you gotta be a bit more specific.
Sand that we use for concrete.
That's the sand you use for concrete.
Usually drenched out of creeks and riverbeds and other, waterborne, ground down, rough-edged rocks.
So
because
beach sand.
Nope, beach sand is too smooth.
What?
Yep.
How is beach
There-
sand too smooth? It's waterborne.
Apparently, it's just not good enough most places for concrete. As Saudi Arabia has proven, because they've got literal deserts filled of dirt But nope, they've got to import theirs from Australia.
I mean, there's always the chance that someone could create a new recipe with that kind of sand, but no one's done it yet.
Nope. But literally, there's tankers that are filled with nothing but sand from Australia going to one of the world's richest countries, so filled with dirt, so they can build more concrete. It's just one of those things. Because dirt that has been eroded from mountaintops into riverbeds and creeks and stuff like that has enough rough edges that it makes a good concrete, whereas beach sand is just too smooth, too well rounded, and it just blah.
It's the same with clay. Like, not all clay is suitable to be used in the making of pottery.
Yep. Pottery, well, I mean, we can fake it. Concrete, we kinda can't. Well, 3D printers are trying to fill the gap, but you can't really 3D print a skyscraper.
Yet.
Yet.
Well, there's yet, but I mean, you know, that's 30, 40 years from now, and in the meantime, it's, well, we need pillars. It's just one of those cute things that, you know, only on Earth would we have this problem. It's like, we have a lack of dirt. Yes, but it's special dirt. And people don't believe you, then they have to look it up, and they go, I cannot believe this is a thing. And you go, yep.
Yeah, because there's smooth sand, silica sand, quartz sand, gravel sand, and I'm sure a myriad of others.
As China finds out with all their tofu drag construction, because they use any sand they can get, and, well, it has the tensile strength of crud. Since China unfortunately likes to build, you know, these big, elaborate skyscraper type projects, it doesn't end up well. Like the Three Gorges Dam, their super trains, airports, you know, little things. Oh yes, they pay through the nose delimited for, you know, Australian dirt. Oh yeah, I've seen some of the videos, Burrito, where I mean it's not even sand they're using for the concrete. It's just whatever goop they can throw in, and then there's people literally using a spoon to poke holes in what's called concrete. It's like, yep, welcome to China.
Alright, I need to set up more mining operations.
I've seen styrofoam being used. It's like they just spray a layer of concrete on both sides, and you know, there's your wall. And that's a support pillar. Don't worry, it's fine. The styrofoam is stronger than it looks. If you really want to be concerned, Karma, look up videos labeled tofu drag constructions, and you will be shocked and amazed and dismayed.
Although I don't condone it, It's like, have you ever seen the videos of people being like, fill in your holes with
Ramen.
ram? Yeah, that. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been in construction for a few decades, and I've seen firsthand some of the fills.
I mean, I live in a house designed by people who never built a house before.
Yeah.
Also built by people who never built a house before.
The first house I lived in was just a converted barn. Like, the floor did not even touch the walls.
What?
There was literally a spacer gap between the floor and touching the exterior walls. Apparently there was some sort of farm construction, and then when they turned it into a house, they just basically extended the floor to cover it, but the original floor never actually touched the top. So, you know, you'd constantly get these drafts coming from the basement, scooting up through the thin, overlaid floorboard and into the living room. That's pretty much what it was for, delimited ventilation. Now, there's been people who have found amazing things that were used for insulation in their walls, but pretty rare. I mean, the movie posters was amazing. I mean, you know, a free $20-30 million is, you know, always great to find.
Yeah.
Got a silly question, Zim.
What's that?
I've never really had to describe what my ideal style of game is.
Okay.
I've had different, well, not different, but I've never had the same game twice.
That sounds like most D&D games.
I'm afraid I don't understand what the actual question here is, though.
What I mean is, I don't know what my ideal style of game is. I just know what I like.
You state that then.
Yeah.
Problem is, I don't know what I'm signing up for.
You should probably familiarize yourself with the campaign before you sign up to join this pre-existing campaign, then.
Because it's not an application for a new campaign, it's an application to join an existing one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lots of storytelling.
This is Ascent to Ascend Pathfinder that we do on Sundays.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
When the Sunday allows for it.
And the internet doesn't go down. Cough, Cloudspire.
See, the kind of thing I was planning on running was like, what if I isekai'd?
Wait, running?
Like the character that I was
Ah.
planning on running. What'd you think I meant?
Well,
Usually
generally
when
when
people say running,
that means you're looking to be the storyteller.
I tried that. It sucked.
Okay, Karma.
keep you well, Karma.
EP. EP fool.
Be comfy. Just happy I can vent out the house during these nice quiet hours and suck in all that delicious coldness.
So, been looking at the stream, and what's with the red land?
The red land?
Yeah, the outside your base, the red stuff.
Oh, that's pollution.
And you're just surrounded by it.
I'm producing it.
Oh.
Factories produce pollution.
Unfortunately, that aggravates these ugly boys, and occasionally they get unhappy and they'll come over and try and shut down the pollution.
Yes.
Ah, so it's the planet's self-defense system.
Yeah, we're just a kind, innocent space Elon Musk trying to make a new Mars colony. That's all.
Actually, the actual story for this game is that you've crash landed on the planet and are trying to get away home. But unfortunately, to get home means you gotta do research on how to build a rocket and such. And of course, building a rocket is going to take a lot of resources, so you're...
And it's not rocket science.
Yeah, but that's the Elon Musk joke. I've created these great
not
rockets.
like building a rocket's rocket science. Tee hee.
Yeah, but old NASA.
Anyway.
I have a friend streamer who actually works for NASA. He's quite the geek. But he's also a good streamer too, so I'm happy to know him. I think he's slowly being converted to the Church of Furry, but, you know, nobody's pressuring him.
Well, why not? What the hell,
Let him
furries?
explore. Let him explore at his own pace, you know. Get his furry avatar going, and then his, you know, little furry icons that he likes seeing posted so much, and next thing you know, he'll be changing his screen avatar from him to some, you know, critter, and there we go. I mean, it's like getting new blood to, you know, to work fur cons because us older folk are getting too old. I mean, I love hearing people say, it's like, you know, who's that old guy walking around with a wine glass? Like, A, he is old, and B, that's one of the founders of the fandoms, so say hi to Kagi. We were young once, too.
Alright, we're gonna need 5 more of those.
Oh, that's why it's starting to get warm, the humidity. Blech. Yeah. Up to 70 already. Ugh. Ooh, it looks like next week is a heat wave. Ah, yucky. Oh well. start of August, so
Alright, some more of this ore patch is gone.
I think I did well. I don't believe I did, but I think I did.
Well, we'll find out when we pull you in for the audition and horribly judge you for what you put in.
I'll ask you questions like, do you prefer Coke or Beppis?
What do you prefer?
Yeah, we're not going that route.
Pilk. Immediately gets ejected.
Diet Fresca. What a refreshing taste.
I do typically try to go with the flow. I should have put that in there. Whoops. I forgot to mention that. Damn it. Oh well. I fucked up.
Land of the dragged guards now.
Yep.
I forgot to include that clause in the wish from the genie.
No, if I ever met a genie, I would have to write at least like an 80-page essay and be like, my wish is for this. It just dumps a pile of paper in front of them.
I'd have to get a series of lawyers.
I'd get a genie like Robin Williams so I could just hang with him.
Oh, you'd get one of the cool wizards, not the monkey paw assholes.
Yes. Trust me, I've been gaming for 40 plus years. It's like I had wishes right back at the start. It's like, yep. Written by Gary Gygax himself. Stretch it to the point of unreliability. Like, they want to raise their stats? Yes, raise their stats as in R-A-Z-E. Oh, look, all your stats are now 3. Womp, womp, womp.
See, that's the monkey paw.
But that's basically
Like,
what...
you'll get your wish, but it will always be twisted in a way that doesn't actually meet your wish's expectations or standards.
That was the preferred way of doing wishes back in the old days. And
Oh god, well, we found the counter to that. Oh wait. Oh, no, wait. No, I'm trying to find a loophole. I am trying. Alright, Mr. Gary Gygax. What was the loophole in this wish that Burnin' Sun just gave?
What was the wish?
My first wish is that you can read my intentions and gift the wish as I fully intend now and into the future.
Okay. But what are your intentions? Because we'll need to know that to know how to twist it.
I will also say that for that sort of thing, there's a difference between you'd be surprised what people may actually be trying to go for in their subconscious.
oh, yes.
And
Ooh, it goes
so,
off with subconscious intentions. Ooh.
while you may think that your intentions are this, you may actually be wishing something else.
Like
Case
you
in
wish for world
point,
peace.
bottom speak.
Oh. Okay.
Like,
Sorry, what?
oh, like Rex and Ren do. They start going off about how they don't want this, that, and the other thing, and it's like you realize that you are revealing that you actually do want that, and they don't even.
The old, I don't want this thing, but I actually do, but I don't want anyone to know that I want this thing. But I'm doing it so bad that everyone knows I want this thing.
Yeah.
It's more that they sometimes they don't actually think they want it, and then they're, you know, then it's suddenly, wait, oh crap, I really do want this.
Hooray, Iron Throne.
And intentions can change on the fly. So, I mean, yeah. Like, that's why you have to, you know, ask the genie pertinent questions before you start tossing a wish around, because, you know, try and suss out, I mean, is this a good genie? Is this an evil genie? Is this one of these, you know, bringers of chaos, like a certain My Little Pony wish bringer might be? Or is it the more laid back, like, I'm just doing a job, throw me 3 wishes so I can go home?
I mean, what was the other option? You do something like your intention is world peace, but the causality is something so horrifically bad, like, you know, Thanos snapping or something. So it's just like the result is world peace, but not in the way that you wanted it.
The world is peaceful because everyone's dead. Isn't that peaceful?
Well, no, there's still, you know, fighting going on, fighting for survival.
Oh! So when I
Animals.
get the achievement, it stinks and they don't like it, that's when the biters are going to start attacking? Good to know.
Oh, that just means the pollution cloud reached them finally.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to even, you know, twist an intention to be your intention. So yeah, I mean, sound out your genie. Yeah, interview your genie. Set him down for a job resume. And you know, don't throw out a wish, you know, in the heat of the moment because something's gone funny, because that's when the GM just cracks a smile and looks at you like you're a T-bone steak, and it's like, I'm gonna get eaten.
That is something I would totally do, by the way. Just throw a wish like that. Just because I wasn't thinking ahead.
There are 2 ways around it as well. To an extent. One of them is, you know, you make a deal with the genie. Like, if you know something about the genie, you could say, if you don't monkey paw my wishes, I will use my 3rd wish to set you free.
Well, that's also like, a lot of people have seen Aladdin, and they assume, therefore, all genies want to be free.
That's why I said depending on the circumstances. Because another option would be you use one of your 3 wishes to be like, I wish you can't monkey paw.
Now, there's a great one. What does monkey paw mean exactly? I mean,
the context of the wish in terms of how you say it might change,
I mean,
but the intention of the wish still stands.
okay, so you want to know what the official definition for a monkey paw wish is?
oh, I know the definition, but remember, we're talking a genie. Like, he may
Yeah.
not even speak your language. He may have been in this thing for 2,000 years. Languages change, don't you know, citizen?
Yeah, so
Like
rather
his-
than saying it the way that I said it, you might have to like give the full spiel. It's like, I wish you cannot.
Mhm.
Here's a full list of things that they're not allowed to do.
Well,
Like, he could be speaking...
well, monkey pawing has been a constant thing because it's a magical item. So if you know what a monkey paw does, then
You also have to remember Monkey Paw's I don't know whether it would be considered a fictional magical item more than it is a, like, cultural magical item. So there's always a chance that the genie might not know what it is because of how old the genie is or where they're from.
yeah.
Yep. Cultural
Still,
differences.
a monkey pawing, a wish that's been monkey pawed is a wish that has an ironic but overall bad outcome.
And sadly, some wishbringers are they're fully evil. Their job is to destroy your wishing. Like, not all genies are Robin Williams.
The devil's deal, so to speak. Yeah.
Nope. And you have no idea unless you, luckily interview them or whatever way you could try and trick the GM into coughing up some of that vital info.
Or you use the
And-
wish spell.
The wish spell functions very similar to genies when it comes to
Well,
how
no,
the
then
story
it's up to the GM's interpretation.
Yes. And
Yeah.
you don't want your wish up to the GM's person. You
I
do
wish
not
the
want
big
your wish
bad
up to
evil guy
them.
wasn't evil anymore.
I wish for 1,000,000 gold pieces in a castle. Hey, great, here's 1,000,000 gold pieces in a castle. Dropped on your head.
How would you twist the wish, I wish X wasn't evil anymore, where is the big bad evil guy?
Changes the law of the
Oh.
land so that the thing that they're doing becomes legal.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want me to answer that one. No, we answered that one the fun way.
I want to know what the answer is.
Simple, we threw the person far enough in time that the big bad person was long dead. Which then took the character out of the campaign and thus killed him.
Wow.
Okay, that's one interpretation. My interpretation would have been more funny because it completely changes the game.
Well, this
Now
did
you're
change
the
the game.
outlaws for going after someone who was doing something legally.
Basically, because D&D had the rules for, you can play Gamma World as well as D&D. So basically, their character ended up in the far future apocalyptic Earth in Gamma World. So it's like, well, if we ever fire up Gamma World, you could play that character. But until then, he's there.
Damn, that's evil.
Ah, yes, it is.
I love it.
That reminds me of a campaign concept idea I had a while back that I never made good on. Which was, you are, like, it's in a futuristic setting of planetary colonization, and you are part of a clone vat group who are sent to this planet to, like, pacify it for colonization. The clone vats can be pulled from any fiction. So I basically told the players, it's like, if you have any players that you've played in the past, or there's a particular character in fiction that you want to play as, you can bring them into this campaign. None of their skills will work because it's based on this other rule set, but that will be completely part of the campaign in the first couple of sessions where they're coming to terms with their entire reality was a lie.
Jesus.
Hey, Burden, I got a question for you. Are trains able to pass through a train station?
I can answer that question. It's better to have a way round.
Yeah, I asked that question and I'm like, actually, that's a bad idea anyways. Because then it's like, well, yeah, nobody's going through there. Sure, they
Because
can
that
pass
doesn't
through,
work.
but that doesn't mean I should let them. So we will
Yeah, you
just
can, but do you really want them to?
I just hope you've got the train signals, otherwise you can have a lot of ramming speed happening.
Yay! We like head-on collisions.
You don't really get collisions in Factorio as more as you get steamrolling.
What does that mean?
They literally drive through it.
Yeah.
Oh, so the thing they're driving through gets destroyed?
Yep. Just obliterated out of existence.
But what if they're both going at an equal speed?
It's whichever one gets hit from behind gets destroyed.
But they're both heading towards each other.
Then that's up to the gambling gods.
RNG, boy. How's your D20 dice? Shucka, shucka, shucka.
Oh god, oh. I'm going to be hilarious with my rolls because I either roll really, really well or really, really bad.
The joy
There
of
is no
online
in-between.
tabletop. You get to have fun with the dice gods of data.
No,
Data.
seriously, I either roll really, really well or so bad it's weird.
Yeah. Been done.
And then you look at me like, how did you survive this long, you poor child?
I've done that as a GM. I rolled 5 20s in a row, and at the third one, they called my bluff, and I said, well, someone's going to buy me pizza. Lifted the GM screen, they saw the 20. It's like, yay.
I literally cannot roll out of anyone's sight in a lot of game in any game with like 3 GMs because they did not believe me.
Well, I was always the GM, so I sadly had to do the rolling behind a screen. That was sort of my job back then, but it got me pizza and cola and snacks, so
Like there's a game where it's we are digital and we were, allowed to, roll physically. I am not allowed to roll physically. I have to roll in the thing we're using. I think it's roll 20. Because it's either because the extreme mismatch between how I roll is, suspicious to a lot of people.
People roll like 5 nat 20s in a row. Like, suspicion be damned. RNG gods do what they want.
They really do.
I know it's a lot of people aren't ready to handle that.
My old DM, as a player, would always have terrible rolls, but the second they took a hold of the master seat, when they had to do anything against players, they would always roll unnaturally high.
Oh, that's me. Anytime I roll against another player, I roll exceedingly well. Like, to the point where when I was volunteering as a DM for a local hobby shop, they were like, okay, we're giving you a DM screen. You need to roll behind it and fudge your rolls.
You were that famous?
Oh, yeah. Like, one of the players from my table went up and complained about me because I was purposely trying to kill their character and lying and all this stuff. And it's like, one of the other players that was sitting next to me, thankfully overheard the conversation, was like, no, he really does just roll that many nat 20s.
When I am rolling against other people, I have the same problem, but it's like my original problem, but worse. I would roll a 1, a 2, a 19, or a 20. There is no in between.
I had, yeah, that was, a lot of the,
I might as well just roll a d4 at this point. Because that's all the number of sides my dice seem to use. Excuse me, what? Vernon? What?
Oh, I went through the whole, give my die to somebody else because I was rolling too well. I went through all that stuff. And no, it wasn't the die or anything. It was just me.
Yeah, you know, thinking about it, I am banned from one hobby shop because of my amount of crazy. Just one. Just... I am not allowed to play D&D there.
Not too many stores even allow people to play tabletop games anymore, unless it's something like Games Workshop. Ooh. Everyone roll a handful of D6. Yay.
I even tried proving my innocence, and they were like, "No, just... bro, please, you can't play here. We need the people to not be upset."
There was only 2 stores I've been banned from. One because the store owner tried to steal magic cards from me.
What?
Basically, we were playing Magic with a couple of randos at the store, and the guy was admiring my cards and said, "Yeah, I'd like to buy those." I said, "Well, they're not for sale." And he says, "Well, I'm going to buy those cards." And him and his, big Guido-sized brother that was playing with us were standing up and giving me the stink eye. So I look at the store owner, and the store owner is conveniently doing this. "I see nothing. I see nothing. No, nothing to see here." But I was there with 4 friends. We basically said, no, we're going to leave and we're going to report the store, and that'll be that. And we never went back to that store, and within 6 months that store was gone anyways because, well, word got out and he created himself.
What?
And well, it basically, reputation got out that he was in cahoots with this guy to basically steal or borrow people's magic cards for pennies on the dollar. So I basically just destroyed the store's rep, and people weren't going there, so we basically had to close the store.
Wow, what a stupid owner.
We're talking back in the early days of Magic, so we're talking like 1995, 96.
Oh, damn.
You know.
So those
And
were
the other-
money?
Oh, yeah. But I mean, yeah, even back then, people wanted power cards, and I had a couple, and the kid was like basically, yep, they were beta cards. He wanted my Mox Emerald, and I think Mox Ruby it was.
But seriously, trying to scam someone out of a Black Lotus.
Oh no, I never got a Black Lotus. I just had a couple Moxes.
I know someone who had someone try.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, this card isn't really useful. It never sees competitive play without ever explaining why.
Yeah, if you've got a Black Lotus and you fall for something that stupid, that the onus is kind of on you, because there's no way you should not know that this card is worth, bingo bucks.
I
card.
would very much disagree. Like, in my case, I have cards. I have, like, nowadays I know a little bit better. But I had former roommates that would leave magic cards behind, and so it's like, well, I got no use for these. I don't play the thing, and
Oh.
people could have taken me for a lot, but I never got around to actually selling them, so...
All the people I was with that when we played Magic, we were very up on prices, or the Scry magazine back then, which constantly listed the prices of up and coming cards or the hottest decks or how to go to Gen Con and win big bucks, when Gen Con actually had tournaments for real money. And of course, back then, $10,000 American was 10,000 American. Like, you went for that kind of prize.
Yeah, you didn't want to skimp out on that shit.
Yep. So we used to go to these conventions, and my friend who'd play his cheesy Magic decks would play the absolute garbage to try and win. He'd get close. Like, he'd pay me to go around and spy on other people's decks with a notepad, and I'd take notes on, yeah, this guy's playing blue, and most of his creatures are this, or this guy's playing a burn deck, or whatever.
Oh, so you were like the inside man.
Yeah, but it was perfectly legal. Like, there was
Hacker
nothing
man.
stopping you. It's like, go around, see what other people are playing before your matches come up.
Is it illegal now?
Depends on which tournament it is. Some are closed camera, some are, you can view from afar, but otherwise, no, your decks only get cracked when, you actually sit down. But of course, the tournament hosts know what your decks are, so there's still ways to find out what you're playing beforehand and side deck into it, but,
Brings like 50 counter decks and one real deck.
Well, that's why most of the tournaments now, the ones that are still running, it's like you have to submit your deck ahead of time. They have to approve it. Then, you do your tournament. So you can't just show up at the last minute and go, it's like, oh, I want to enter the tournament. Here's my $35, and I got a legitimate deck over here. And it's like, hand it over, kid. That's why most places sadly just don't bother doing tournaments anymore. It's too much aggravation for too little return. And of course, I mean, Hasbro being Hasbro, they've got all the PR skills of a dead cat, so they don't help the cause any.
Yeah, especially with the recent, what was it, EULA debacle? For, D&D?
Yeah, there's more than just the EULA. I mean...
There is a laundry list a mile long of problems with that company.
Yeah.
I think the latest is AI art and them having fired all of their artists in favor of it.
Oh no, the newest one now is who they hired to replace the Microsith lady.
The what?
The what lady?
The VP that left the company, the one that was destroying the company, who used to be an executive for Microsith, who's now gone to another even higher paying job. Well, they had to replace her, so they replaced her with a guy from Blizzard.
Please tell me it's not who I'm thinking of.
Please don't tell me. Who is it? And please don't tell me it's terrible.
He's supposedly not terrible. He's worked on the Miss of Pandora. Oh, he's not a, quote, supposedly bad guy, but it's like, and why would you hire this guy if he's basically just Bob No Name?
So it's not the devil himself.
No, it's not Kotick.
Who's that?
Bobby Kotick? He's
The
a
devil
bad man.
himself.
He's
He
a
is-
bad man.
I'm pretty sure he is the top of the most overpaid CEOs in the world list.
Oh yeah.
He takes he is a very, very bad person.
Why do I have this morbid curiosity of why?
Google search him. Trust me, you will open up a rabbit hole of wow.
And you will understand why I call him the devil himself the second you look at images.
Or you could just send me like a spelling of his name.
Sure.
I'm sure if you just type in Bob Cott.
Just look for Blizzard CEO or Activision CEO. He
Smile
is.
and Bobby.
Oh no! They've opened. The bugs have a new nest,
Oh no.
and it is
No.
right on the
Closer.
edge of the pollution area.
Well, that's gonna grow quickly.
Oh, fudge muffin.
Ding dong. Avon's gonna be calling. It's a bug planet. It's a bad planet. Planet
I'm assuming
B.
you have the difficulty set to scale by pollution.
Yes.
Yay.
The better of the difficulty settings, in my opinion.
Well, I
Like a
haven't
scale
gotten that achievement of them not liking it yet, so
You already have the achievement.
not on this playthrough.
I don't think. Oh yeah, there are achievements for individual playthroughs, aren't there?
What's the bug hole? Where is it? And why are we panicking?
The bug hole's right on the edge of his pollution index, and the problem is the bugs get very riled up by pollution. So
Yeah.
once they start noticing there's a source of pollution, they start growing faster. They get very cranky, and then they start paying you personalized visits with baseball bats.
And
We
teeth.
owe them money. We owe them money, and this is how they find out that we owe them money, and where we are.
No.
Just treat treat them like Pinkertons.
We don't owe them anything. They're just gonna come and, Okay, so that achievement is when they actually aggro and start attacking. And start running, okay. Oh, boy. Which means
Where is this book hole?
It's over here.
What?
Right there, right at the edge of his pollution map. So
Oh God.
they'll be coming by with some friends. They'll be repossessing his magic cards real soon.
Wait, did people really actually do that?
Yes.
Ah yes, this thing that I bought with my money. You can repossess this thing that I bought with my money.
So
Yes.
that whole thing was... You know what, I'll let you explain how that went down, Pakesh. While I am busy
you-
scrambling to get my defenses
your
up.
life. Yeah. Basically, Bob Nobody ordered his magic cards. You know, paid for them, all the good normal stuff, and they were delivered to his house. The problem was, according to, Hasbro and the Wicked Witch of the North, a polite name for her. Basically, they thought that he was releasing these still under embargo or, not to be released to the public yet cards ahead of time. And yeah, he got his cards ahead of time. He didn't sign any NDA about disclosure or anything, so he made basically a YouTube video saying, "Oh, I've got these new cool cards and blah blah blah, and here we go." And Linda, the bad witch of the north, she decided to speed dial her friends, which are the Pinkertons. And unfortunately, the Pinkertons are basically known as paid knee breakers legally in the United States of America. So Bob and his thug gang showed up at this poor sap's house and basically demanded, everything. And since he couldn't, quote, prove which magic cards were, his or were, quote, under the embargo, they basically threatened to take every single card he owned and keep them.
And they could just do that.
Yes.
Mm,
With no proof whatsoever.
legally, no. So the thing is, he let them in. Legally, they had no ground, no leg to stand on anything like that. They had no actual legal right to do this. But because he let them in and did not fight them, there's not much that could be done on the legal front because, well, he let them in.
So he was just fucked.
Yeah, they misrepresented themselves and made it seem like, yes, they had the right to do this. But there's no proof of it, so it would come down to a he said, she said situation.
And for some reason, courts are more likely to believe big company.
Oh, yes, because
Well,
they've got money.
It's more that the courts can't really do anything in that kind of situation. Without definitive proof that this happened, the courts, their hands are tied. All they know is that this guy let them into their house.
You could delimit it, but again, they've got money to burn. You've got pocket change. You've got dryer lint.
They could just send your lawyer fees, your court fees, or whatever into, unattainable, amounts.
Yep. See Disney, for a fine example. See Sony. See Hasbro. See John Deere.
Okay, so in the U.S., if you're a big company, you're immune to the law.
You pay for what laws get enforced, sadly, yes.
Like, there's a meme out there, a very popular meme, where some rich person is like parking in a fee space, and they're just like, "Oh, no, that's just the parking. That's just the thing that you pay for to park there."
Trust me,
It's,
once you
the
start
fee
reading
you
in the
get for
rabbit holes,
parking there, it's the fee you get for parking there because you're not supposed to park there.
yeah. And unfortunately, the Pinkertons are known for being professional knee breakers. And, they've got no scruples, sadly.
They will break your knees, no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, they're proud of their, tough as roots, tough as nails reputation from back in the lawless days. Which is why, she was friends with them and she had them on speed dial. Which kind of says a lot about her morality, but, I mean, could have been worse. I mean,
a lot of flack about it, but probably not enough flack for them to actually do anything.
oh. And even if there was flack, I mean, Pinkerton's a big enough company that you could throw a few bucks to the right people, and it's like, well, we investigated ourselves and found ourselves innocent of all charges.
Oh, so like cops?
I mean, like Boeing.
I do not want the comparison to cops, please. Thank you.
Sorry.
That's why I threw out Boeing.
May I ask why you don't want the comparison?
While, yes, there are some cops that are dirty, you get that in every corner of the world. I have also known cops that are really good. And so the whole idea of all cops are bastards bothers me a lot, because that is throwing those cops that are good under that same umbrella.
Are they still cops?
The ones that were really good? Yes.
Huh.
Well, it is 4:30 here, and I've been babbling for a while, so I'm going to hang up so I can get to bed by 5.
No, you
Sleep
must
well.
stay here forever.
Oh, thank you kindly, Zim. It'll take me at least a half hour to decompress and seal up
That's
the house
fair.
and all that fun stuff, so... Catch yous all later.
See ya.
Bye, have a good sleep.
But like my boss at the security job I used to work, he wasn't a cop at the time, but he was the training sergeant for the city's SWAT team. And he was beyond a good guy. I mean, he spent hours at the beginning of COVID fighting for me to just have sick time covered by the college when they're like, you can't come in because you've got a cough.
Okay. So
Um,
you've had a personal experience where
I've had multiple
you've had
personal
personal
experience.
You've had personal experience where cops are good. I haven't. I've had a lot of cops bad.
Okay.
Because I live in the town where
That does
the
not
bad
mean
cops are
that all of them are bad.
I know. I know it's impossible for everyone in a system to be bad. It's just
Then do not imply that all of them are bad.
I try to imply that the system itself is. Sometimes I, mess up and don't do that because of personal experience. I recognize that. Anyway,
Alright, so we got that coming in. Really need more stone production. We're actually backed up on iron, which is really nice.
Rank up.
does it happen
Hold the
often?
line. This hamlet shall not fall.
Timberthefol threaded my stream with 49 viewers.
Hello there, Timber. Welcome in. How was your stream?
I'm sorry. Was that a line from Darkest Dungeon?
Yes.
Illegal.
Anyways, thank you very much for that raid, Timber. Welcome in. I am Razim. We do all sorts of things here. How was your stream? I hope you had a great time over there. You were
hi,
chilling with some Satisfactory? Nice. Hello there, Weirdy.
well.
Yeah, we're doing some Factorio here, as you can see. We do all sorts of things here, though. Lots of tabletop games, Pathfinder, multiple Pokemon games, a Digimon tabletop RPG. Then we have several other, we've got several artists that come and join us here on stream. We've been doing a lot of Guild Wars 2 and Big Ambitions here, in addition to Factorio recently. So your stream went well? How far are you into Satisfactory? And also, would you like a regular shout out or a random clip from your channel brought up? But yeah, thank you so much for sharing your community with me. I really appreciate it. It's a big help. I really appreciate you sharing your community with me. And yeah. And correct, Fox, it did not go the way you expected. He also interrupted me in the middle of my thing here. On the last stage, but your factory is a disaster? Oh. Yeah. Right now I'm getting geared up for defenses because the biters are about to start coming and I have nothing prepared. I really need to get some defenses set up. ASAP. But yeah, let me get that shout out for you, Timber. I did not lose my medical license delimited.
You'd have to have one first.
Touché. Yeah, right now we're trying to get some more stone production because, yeah. We need more stone in order to make more walls. I'm worried about walls first because at least the walls that I'm making, they are, they'll be enough to hold them back enough, hopefully, that I can shoot the bugs as they're trying to get in. But yeah, I'm hoping I can at least keep them from, because I can shoot them from the inside of the walls, at the least. So if I could just get walls going, I think I'll be okay.
I will be right.
Alright. There we go. Feed that in.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, still sorry about that.
How is my audio? How is my notification illegal?
It's just a thing I say. It's
The developers of Darkest Dungeon put out these sound effects specifically for streamers to use with their streams.
I've lost track of what the original joke was. I just say it. I should probably stop. I've been saying it for so long I lost what the joke was.
Alright. So how was your day, Werny?
Was alright.
You had lots of art done?
Got some art done. Not as much as I wanted, but I got some.
Some is better than none.
I just got out of VR. I was in VR for a while.
I mean... Oh, wait, hold on. You're talking about another thing. Don't interrupt. Ah! Sorry, I find it hard to figure out when a conversation has ended, so I just immediately start speaking at any silence.
I am.
Welcome back. Alright. What was that?
Fluid intake is important.
It is. Alright, get both of those made. Then we're gonna have all those made to start producing more coal, because we are running relatively low on that.
God damn it.
Wasn't there a way to
made it.
reserve a slot on a cargo wagon for a particular thing to go in there?
Middle click, hold an item and middle click, if I remember correctly.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, I need to set one of these cars to only allow bullets. Oh boy. Yeah, they are definitely eating up that pollution there. 100%.
You know what I find funny in most survival type games?
What's that?
That your characters are smart enough to, you know, correctly research how to do something.
Okay.
Like, when they finish researching, you can immediately do the thing.
What is the ammo type that the gun turret uses? Is it just, is it rifle ammo? Or does it change how it works based on what I put in there?
I can't do that in Project Zomboid.
What can I do in Project Zomboid?
If you like, read a skill book on something, you still can't do the things to certain levels. You have to like practice with doing the thing a bunch before you get to that.
Realism!
Ah, all the walls.
So many walls. Whatever are we to do? Hopefully they don't rise up against us.
I don't care about more research right now.
I just saw the pun in my words. Just, wow.
Okay, so we got that. Hey, Wernie.
Mm-hmm.
You're a cutie.
Ah. Cheat.
Alright.
Well, I would argue that they're adorable.
What?
Requires unobstructed line of sight. I see.
I mean, I think the scatter gun is shotgun shells.
That's just one. I'm not going to bother using it because I don't want these outside of my base. My defense, I'm going to be happy having my defenses inside the walls. Well, maybe I'll put one or two next to the gates, but no, probably not. I'll probably just stick with the basic turrets. Let's get a bunch of them made. Ooh, I can make an anti-material rifle.
Why does an anti-material rifle require 2 submachine guns?
Don't know, don't care.
What is inside the built thing that you can't already build yourself?
don't know. I only know that that's the recipe, and I'm gonna go with it. That was not what I wanted to do. Click on all back up. There we go. Oh, hey. I calculated that perfectly. Well, I didn't calculate it so much as that was a lucky break, but, you know. God, I have so much I need to wall off. And so much to defend. Realistically, I don't need to wall off quite as much as I'm going for, but... don't care. The factory will grow, so having some extra defenses now, he's good. Yes, we'll take it up to this cliff here. And
I'm looking at
that
the stream.
will give me
I redeemed head pad. Where are the head pads?
Oh, I probably disconnected. Hey there, Icy. How are you doing? Alright, got that up.
Or even better, Deli? Just coming up with it yourself. No outside knowledge or anything, just coming up with it yourself.
There we go. I am definitely not going to have enough for all the defenses, but we've got a very large portion of the land now defensed. Now protected. Let's get rid of some of these trees so I can actually see what's going on back here. Okay. No, give me that back.
Wow. I can just send you pizza.
Yes.
I feel like it's a bit late now. I don't even know if the place would be open.
It's not open, but but if I have the money, I just can.
Yes. I get hungry. I require food.
No. You're a timeless being who does not hunger.
They're an elder one that devours?
No, no. Because that would imply they have to eat.
But I do have to eat.
No, you don't.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Well, if you do, why do I have this piece of paper here that says you don't?
Okay, rifle magazines are what I need. Good to know. 2 coal, iron plate, copper plate. Got it. We'll get that production going very, very soon.
I'm sorry. When has making rifle ammunition required coal?
Modded experience. Also gunpowder.
Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure it requires that in the base game, too.
In which case, just gunpowder.
Gunpowder is made of coal?
Primitive gunpowder is. Need something to use as the ignition source.
Yeah. Bum bum ba da dum ba da 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 dum 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 ba da dum ba da 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 dum bum bum bum
Oh no.
bum bum ba da dum bum bum ba dum ba da dum da dum da 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 dum da bum ba da dum ba da dum bum ba dum bum 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 dum bum 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 ba dum ba dum ba da 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 dum ba dum bum ba da 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 dum da 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 la ba da da ba da 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 la ba da 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 ba ba da ba da ba da 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 dum da da dum da da dum da 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 la ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da da dum bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-da-dum ba-dum ba-da-dum bum bum ba-dum bum ba-da-da-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-da-dum ba-da-dum ba-dum ba-dum.
Well, Vernon, it's not flat, there's cliffs. Also, Zim, your singing voice is really nice.
Thank you.
What spell were you trying to cast?
None. Oh. Well, sure. I'll research that. Anyways, back to actually getting on with the protections. I want to finish up these walls, then I'm going to set up turret and whatnot automation. Turret and ammo, that's the term. This base will be fully fortified, if I have anything to say about it.
This base will be not commented upon by me because that will cause bad luck.
Ooh.
What is ooh?
Oh, some meteorites here that I could mine.
Oh, dang.
And they have many resources. Alright, so... this is just chaos here. With all these cliffs and whatnot. Alright, looks like the only other way in right now is here. Move trees, see what I'm working with. Is this the spot? Yes, it is. There we go.
Well, that's a funny meme.
We need more electricity. Oh god! Oh god!
What's oh god?
How do I drop this?
You can't. Build a chest, put it in the chest.
Z, use Z, use Z. Oh dang, it's not working, is it? Oh,
No,
is.
it did.
Oh, well that was.
So, there went a lot of my health.
I'm
Doesn't matter
surprised
about
it
the
did so
fight.
much too fast.
What was that?
I'm surprised it did so much so fast.
Who needs a biter threat when you have the uranium threat?
Haha. Okay, I am not mining any more meteorites for a little bit. Sure, they got some fun resources in here, but
Get yourself some radiation protection.
I am okay with that bug. I am not going to complain about that particular bug at all. That bought me the time I needed to get rid of it.
The bug saved your life.
Although it's not a bug. Like, the intention is when it's in your inventory, and when it's on the cursor, it's not in your inventory.
Well, when it's on your cursor, you're holding it, I'd assume. You know, let's not get into the logistics of this game world. On how holding something doesn't cause radiation damage.
I am okay with this proposition. Alright, so we need more stone brick production. We also need more electricity production. Produces 33 steam. Let's get some of those made. You producing some of those. This one will drop near. So we got lots of stone coming into the system now, thankfully. Alright, you're supposed to drop near. You are also supposed to drop near. You I can't do anything about because of this.
There's a fire chicken mount.
There's a what?
Fire chicken mount.
I have no idea what you're on about, but it worries me.
Gil's 2 Raptor skin.
Oh. I am no longer worried.
God, I wish I had a way to make a lot of gold.
So what are those pumps for?
What pumps?
The things you just powered.
Those
That
are
pumping.
steam engines.
Oh.
They are producing power. And I apparently am going to need a lot more than that. Okay.
Time to increase the pollution cloud.
Wait, steam causes pollution?
Burning coal to
Burning
turn...
stuff to create steam, yes.
Yeah.
The only way of creating steam that doesn't create pollution is in nuclear.
Or solar panels.
Or solar, yeah, true. Or geothermal.
Triple expansion engines are not efficient? I don't know what you mean by that. And yes, I do have the ability to produce solar panels. Oh. That requires silicon. I have no idea how to produce that. It's from quartz. Where do I get quartz? Sand and water. Okay. That's going to be on the back burner.
I was going to say, the amount of solar panels you would have to craft to equal one steam engine is most likely not worth it.
Oh god! Where was my alert?
The biters are here.
Where was the
I
alert?
I guess the alert doesn't exist anymore.
Well, at least it was only one for now.
Begins.
No, we're gonna give ourselves more space down here to work with. This is gonna be so much to defend. That was an expansion group? Oh god, this one's gotten bigger.
What? I looked away from the stream for like a second.
I mean, you did just add a bunch of new pollution sources, so yeah, the pollution must grow.
No, the factory must grow, not the pollution.
Well,
Unfortunately, those two
pollution
seem
must
to be
grow.
ubiquitous.
until you decide to go nuclear or solar, yeah.
There we go.
So, what's the difference between an expansion group and an attack group?
That group is attacking, and expand group is trying to create a new nest.
Why was it all the way out here?
Because they usually head towards pollution.
They grow from pollution, therefore they head towards pollution.
So, if the bugs aren't, bothered by pollution, are they hostile to you?
Yes.
Oh no, the bugs are very bothered by the pollution.
Yes.
No, I meant if they aren't disturbed by the pollution, are they hostile?
Yes.
Damn. Them some angry bugs.
They are very hostile.
I guess we need to kill them all.
That is the plan eventually.
Squish bug.
Starting with moths.
No.
But moth cute.
No squish moth.
With flat moth now.
Well, one of the reasons why I like Factorio over Satisfactory is the fact that there are these bugs that are, a threat. There's a challenge to it.
And Factorio itself isn't a challenge? Not Factorio. Satisfactory isn't a challenge?
Not in the same vein.
Huh.
And yeah, you can tailor the game to your playstyle, so if you want them to be less aggressive, you can. Like this one, I had them start further. The bugs were not as close to my base to begin with as they might otherwise have been.
Is there a setting where you can have, like, the worst possible everything?
Yes.
What's it called?
I don't know. It's not a specific setting, it's a matter of you just adjusting the settings. Ugh.
Although there is an option to switch the biter expansion between pollution-based to time-based, and time-based biters are the worst.
There's an actual setting called Death World. Huh.
Oh, okay.
What happens on Death World?
Death.
It's kind of in the name.
But people obviously play it, so they're clearly not dying on Death World.
Oh, I'm apparently full on large fangs.
If you want to donate, I am more than happy to take those off your paws.
You using large fangs?
I know those kinds of things are needed for legendaries. In large quantities.
Ah.
Very large quantities.
Me looking at the several hundred stacks of bloodstone dust I have, being like, I can't get rid of it.
Feed it to Madri or whichever one it is that eats that.
I only have the one that eats the dragonite ore.
I'll get the one that eats the bloodstone.
Where do I get the one that eats bloodstone? Let's have a look, see.
It's past the rainbow. It's past the end of a rainbow.
Oh crap.
You know, I hear you say "oh crap" before I see the reason why.
Fighters, I'm assuming. That's the only reason to say oh crap.
Yep.
Actually, I take that back. There's two. Fighters and running out of a key resource. And not realizing it until it's too late.
Oh no, I've run out of coal.
You would be surprising how fast that shuts down a base.
Oh
How
yeah.
fast does it shut down the base?
Instantly.
And how do you get more coal?
Mine it.
How do you mine it? All your mining stuff's dead.
There's more patches of coal in the world.
The miners don't require power. They're like passive.
Oh.
No, they do require power. You just have to run power lines out there.
Oh. Sometimes this system could require a kickstart. So then we'd have to, if it completely ran out of coal, then we'd have to set everything up, manually mine some coal, take it over to where the coal stuff is used for power generation, put it in and give the system a kickstart.
Oh, well, yeah. But at the least, with my system, I do have a wind turbine farm.
So you at the
So-
very least,
It will definitely not keep the factory running. However, it will let stuff run barely enough that if I give it an hour, it'll it'll fix. And most of my coal miners are now empty. Okay, time to get that coal patch tapped.
Speaking
Except-
of running out of coal,
Yeah.
You ran out. You ran out of coal.
No, there's still some here. I'm just very close to it.
Here, have some sticks.
What are those supposed to do?
Festive.
I see. So they are useless to me.
are.
For now. Who knows? Maybe they'll be useful to you when you need to be festive. I like how it's mostly focused on the head. Oh god. Did anyone see that? How Uzim's head just tried to detach itself from his body?
Alright, put down that. Boom, boom, boom. And you go that way. There we go. That in there. That there. Alright, we'll have enough to run this train for a bit.
Not forever, just a bit.
Well, that's all I need. Would you stop that? I do not want to have to run down here every time to teach you this lesson.
How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I can at least set up some turrets for now. It won't be automated on production, but... Alright, gun turret, gun turret, gun turret, gun turret. And we need to produce some ammo for them. Right, that's going to require coal.
Another loyal devotee.
CKY, thank you very much for that follow. Welcome. Really? That's all? Oh,
Egg.
I'm limited by copper plates.
So I need Herta and Maudry. How do I get Herta and Maudry?
Alright, I've used up all the coal that I have for this, but it should provide me enough to get these at least moderately armed. I will not forget burn-in. Maybe. We'll see. Oh, right, it's going in here. Dang it. Sitting here like, where the hell is all of the ammo going?
Right, where I'm going.
I'll put about 40 in each. That should take care of things long enough. Hopefully. Now I need to go grab more. Why is my electricity still struggling?
Because the world likes giving you pain?
I have put in so many of these things. Ugh. There we go. Turrets are armed. Production. Oh, right, I never actually put those down. That would help explain what happened.
What did you forget?
I didn't actually put down the stuff I needed to feed these down there. Or not, whatever.
No, screw it. Epic Mage.
We'll cancel all that. Let's get... I need more of you. Then we'll go back to producing rifle magazine. Well, no, we'll just leave that be for now. I got enough of my magazine right now. We need more boilers up here. Why did I make so many of these? Where's the actual standard? Oh, there they are. Oops. Oh, crap, we're out of coal. Fudge muffin. Well, this is not good. We need to get that stone coal mining up now. Fudge.
You're not running into the issue that we just talked about, right? That would be unfortunate.
I will HMO on you.
I don't know what that means.
Cut.
Oh.
Joke.
It's okay then. It will be okay.
I need more iron.
Where do you get all these Marten videos from?
Various sources. Primarily, people just send them to me. Oh, hey, Slitherite. Yeah, take that, biters. Now, one thing I do need to do is figure out rail signals again, because I do not remember that. Well, as long as they keep attacking that one spot, I think I'll be okay. Of course, I know that they will not keep attacking that one spot, but, well, what can I do about it?
Actually, you can probably be pretty confident they will continue to attack that one spot. Because the biter AO is nothing if not predictable.
Considering the state we're in with coal, I'm gonna go ahead and just set up 6 per for now. Dang it! Where's my... There's the belts. Alright, we're okay right now. Or at least as okay as I can be with present circumstances. Alright, medium. Yes. Mine that coal. There we go. We got coal being mined. Granted, I don't have this actually set to go anywhere, but, you know, I got coal being mined. Baby steps. What, Vernon? How do I access... Ah, here we go. Let's replay this tutorial. Trains cannot see other trains. Instead, they use signals to see if a section of rail is free or blocked. Building signals next to a rail will divide it into more blocks. Build a signal anywhere on the rail. Boom. Build a second signal to create a third block. The direction a signal is facing is based on which side of the rail you build it on. You can hover over a signal to see its direction. Try moving the signals to the other side of the track. I mean, I'd love to, but you won't actually let me pick this up.
Joke.
I am in a problem here.
What is the problem? What have you done?
I think that that the mods have probably broken the tutorial. Quit tutorial, okay. Blue chain, only some are open. In this situation, the train will wait at the blue signal because the path to its destination is not clear. Okay. The red chain signal means that the signals after it are red. A train will wait at a red chain signal. Building chain signals before the intersection will prevent the trains from entering unless their exit is also clear. Okay, cool. Well, I can't actually do that, but I think I get the gist. Or at least enough that I might be able to pull this off? We'll see. What's the worst that could happen?
I keep seeing my thing pop up and I don't know why.
Probably background noise.
Is there background noise?
It's... If there is, it's too low for me to hear, but...
It's just enough for it to pick up. Wow.
Why can I not place this on this side? Oh, okay. So because I want them to go both ways, I need to place on both sides. Got it. Well, that'll take care of the rail stop. So here I want a chain signal. Burden, get in voice. Please. I'm feeding the stream through Discord for
Yeah,
you.
I'm bringing it up on Discord, so I don't have a 10-second delay here. Why is this not allowing me to full screen? Why is this thing still not allowing me to full screen? What the hell's going on?
Because it's technically
They changed
webcam
something.
feed.
Nah, Discord changed something.
Well, either
There we
way,
go.
it should
Okay.
be enough that you
I got
can... Okay. So,
So the one leading out of there currently has a normal signal, which means that if that split is open, it'll go in. And you don't want that. You want it if it's only to go in if it's clear all the way to the station.
okay, so that is where I want the chain.
Chain.
And then this one, I want the actual rail signal.
Right, because there's nothing to chain to. There's no further block beyond it.
Okay. So chains are good here and here, right?
Yep.
And then chains are good at these ones.
You have a one up at the station there that you need to get rid of.
I'll take care of that in a moment, but yeah, that
Well,
one...
by getting rid of that one, then you're going to want a normal signal down at that.
This is what I want.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that works. Yep.
And then down here, I want chain signals at this intersection.
Yes. Yes, that's correct.
Gonna give it more space because I can. And then down here, might as well go ahead and future-proof it. So going into a station, I want the regular rail signal. Going
Right, 'cause there's
out of
nothing
it,
to
I want
chain
chain.
to.
Okay.
Yep.
And then at intersections, I basically just want all chain.
Yes. Until you start doing like passable loops and things like that. But for now.
For now, I just need enough to get to not have my trains run into each other.
Yeah, that should work.
Okay.
Do you even have trains that go through the middle there?
I'm gonna run the coal train down this lane.
Okay.
And no, I don't have any trains that go through, well,
Yeah,
this one's
that's
gonna
true.
run through here, but I don't have anything going through here yet, but
Yeah, okay.
later on I will. Alright, so here we want the rail signal for going out, and then the
Yeah.
chain for going off.
Which is... You placed it right, you said it wrong.
Oh, right. The rail for going in and the chain for going out, yes. Alright, let's check that biter attack. No attacks incoming at this time. Aside from the one that's building, but well, I can't do anything about that yet.
Yeah, that's going to be an actual attack for a lot of moths because I can see them building up on your radar.
I've been talking and I've been muted. I'm an idiot.
You're not the first person to run into that problem. And you won't be the
Won't
last.
Why did your stone train just drive off with one of its cars empty?
I have them set for, or, so empty or 120 seconds have passed.
Okay.
The reason I do that is eventually the same trains that are delivering my resources will also have a dedicated, weapon supply, ammo supply. So it's kind of important to keep that ammo supply running, even though it's not fully empty yet. But it's set for 120
okay.
on both sides. Whichever one it happens first.
Okay.
Besides, it's getting more than enough stone being brought in to cover my needs, at least for now.
Yeah, I don't want to backseat you here, so I just want to see what I just didn't know what that was going on. I mean, this is certainly not a factor I would build, but I'm not building it, so.
Oh, it's that bad, huh?
No, it's just everybody has their different styles.
No. The entrance for my coal is here. That's where it starts feeding into the entire system. So the best thing to do is run the coal all the way over there. So probably through here. Alright. No, definitely don't want that. You know, we'll run it down here, yeah. And I need one of these. Okay, that's not quite enough for my comfort. This copper field is getting in my way.
Pull out your pickaxe and start mining it out.
Ew. Yeah, that's more comfortable for me. That should be able to be placed there. Enjoy the spaghetti. Pull HQ. Train limit 1. Alright, and then over here... Oh, I ran out of chain signals? Really? So going into this will be that. Right?
Yep,
Yes.
coming in as a normal signal, because there's nothing to chain to.
And then going out will be that. And here, this, and this. And here, that, and that. That's not going to be enough to bother. Oh no. There we go. Did that mess up the other train up here? It probably did.
Can you still hear me? I was on the wrong mic.
What was that?
I guess that's a yes. I was asking if you could still hear me. I was on the wrong mic.
Yeah, I can hear you. The quality is not the greatest, but yes, I can hear you.
It's Discord being stupid and choosing the wrong one.
There we go.
Ah, that's much better.
Yeah, Discord likes to switch to the one that's on my camera for some stupid reason.
Yeah. I am very particular about all that. Hi, Whiskers! Oh, have you sent me? No. Okay. Sorry, Whiskers. The factory, it's the addiction has me.
The factory must grow.
Alright. Off to Coal
mean,
HQ.
The factory's not going to grow on its own.
Alright, so it is here, but it needs to have set up for actually unloading the coal. It's all well and good that it delivered the coal, but if it's not unloaded, then the coal's useless. Hey, I managed to produce exactly as many iron chests as I needed. Neat.
Good job. And exactly half as many inserters as you needed.
Yeah, well, I've got more inserters being made. And I also need more electric poles, so... getting those produced. And while I'm waiting for those to get done...
What exactly are those two bots that are following you around? Like, what do they do?
I have no idea. I think they'll help with combat later?
Have you seen them attacking stuff?
No.
Eh.
I mean, I have no idea what these things do. I think they can do attacking and stuff, but, I don't know.
Oh, no, they have a roboport.
Yeah, they can have a roboport. They also have this construction laser bank, whatever that is.
Do not touch.
Yeah.
Maybe they act like construction bots. If you hold shift when putting stuff down, do they build?
Yeah, they're probably construction bots, but they probably also need bots.
Well, I guess they act as extra inventory. You can just work as portable drug hubs as well.
No, they will not.
You need to go bring up one of those and go and put that roboport into its grid.
Putting that in there just makes it yell at me down here that it's missing the things.
Oh, they're not damaged anymore.
It wasn't that they were damaged. That's not what it was saying. It was saying that they were missing drones in there.
Oh, okay, yeah. So then the normal roboports, you just need drones for them.
Yes. But I don't have drones for it yet, so I'm just gonna leave it be.
And by that time, you can put those in your own inventory. So I'm kind of at a loss as to what the point of them are.
You and me both. But I do think that they can help with combat. I don't know, they're kind of neat.
I am getting eepy.
Alright, sleep well.
I hope you all have a good rest of the stream.
Good night.
Alright, put that there.
Goodbye, Fox.
Actually, I'm being dumb about this. I can just do a splitter over here instead. And then this will feed the other side of the train. God, inserters require so much to craft in this mod pack.
I don't think they require too much more than a normal inserter does.
They have
Maybe an extra step or two.
many more steps.
Well, that's why you need to build a factory to make them.
Well, I'm working on it.
You need a factory to build your factory so that you can have a factory that builds a factory.
Okay, the last group of those is being produced. Are you on the move? I don't think so.
Yeah, those are grouping up biters, meaning they're eating pollution, they're coming after you, they're just not actually moving yet, they're just waiting till they get more numbers.
Noted. Hi, Raijin.
Yeah, pal. Everything okay?
Yeah, I just knocked over my vape. Oh, right. I forgot to set this one. Ah! Stop feeding. There we go. We don't need that much coal stockpiled in there. And coal is now being fed into the... Oh, wait.
Onto a belt.
It's being fed onto a belt. The belt is not connected to the factory yet, but we'll get that shortly.
That's one thing at a time.
And now we can turn this to automatic. Oh, perfect. Boop. That's not what I'm going to want to do. I will want to bring it here. Here. Then there. And now we can bring it the rest of the way. And now coal is being fed into the network.
Yeah.
Enjoy the fresh coal delivery down here. Also, where's our power? Okay, we're producing enough power.
Yeah, click on one of those electric poles. You can see the whole graph and everything.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you're at 13.5 out of 15.5 or so.
Yeah, we're good right now. I guess we don't need that power line going that way.
So I was just looking at the same thing, thinking that you had just disconnected it, but apparently you didn't.
Some redundancy is fine, though. Okay, before I do anything else, I am gonna automate these fucking inserters. I am sick of them. Actually, no. I should go ahead and call it for tonight. Quite a bit, Raijin. I haven't kept track of how many times. Yeah, I should go ahead and call it here. Because I've been going for a while. I should go do some self-care, get food, and all that stuff. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today for Factorio, though. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They are on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is a fantastic way to support the channel, and it does come with some benefits, such as being able to vote for some art getting done. But thank you so much for joining, everybody. I really appreciate it. Hope to see you back here tomorrow for more streaming. But for now, I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Night all.